Hello students, Sanjay sir is here. Today we will discuss about History and Civics chapter 6 part 3, Objectives and Impact of the Non-Cooperation Movement. We will discuss objectives of the non-cooperation movement. First objective, to attain self-government within the British Empire if possible and outside if necessary. Secondly, the annulment of the Rowlatt Act and remedying the Punjab wrong, that is, the British government should express its regret on the happenings of Punjab, particularly in Amritsar. Thirdly, remedying the Khilafat wrong, that is, the British should adopt a monarchy and restore the old status of the Sultan of Turkey. The non-cooperation movement, impact of the non-cooperation movement. But the non-cooperation movement failed to achieve its first obtaining Swaraj, second obtaining an apology for the Jallianwala massacre, and third solving the Khilafat problem. So Gandhiji promised to achieve Swaraj within 1 year of launching the movement was not fulfilled. First impact, the national movement became a mass movement. The participation of different sections of Indian society such as peasants, workers, students, teachers and women, means all sections of this Indian society participated in the national movement. So, however, the big industrialists, capitalists, and zamindars still remained hostile. So, in this way, Nehru described the non-cooperation movement as a peaceful rebellion, a most civilized form of warfare, and yet dangerous to the stability of the state, that is British rule. Second impact, instilled confidence among the people. The people showed such a remarkable degree of willingness and ability to endure all the hardships and punishments inflicted by the government that they became courageous, fearless, and strong enough to face any defeat. So the brute force of British power no longer frightened them. They gained tremendous self-confidence which no force could shake. That means people gained tremendous self-confidence within them to fight for the freedom. Third, the Congress became a revolutionary movement. So, transformation of the Indian National Congress from deliberative assembly into an organization for action, it became the organizer and the leader of the masses in the national struggle. Thus, the Congress became a force to reckon with. Fourthly, Hindu-Muslim unity. This to Gandhiji and Khan Abdul Khan Jafar. Non-cooperation movement fostered Hindu-Muslim unity, which could be seen in the merger of the Khilafat issue with provided an opportunity to the Congress to bring the urban Muslims into the national movement by convincing them that the nation was equally concerned with the problems affecting them. Reforms. First, removed untouchability. Secondly, established national schools and colleges. Then boycott of foreign goods and promoting Indian handicrafts and industries. Khadi became the symbol of the national movement. Then sixthly, spread nationalism to every part of the country. At the annual session in December 1920, changes were made in the constitution of the Congress. Congress committee were reorganized on the basis of linguistic areas. That means language basis. So, the Congress was now to be led by a working committee of 15 members, including the president of the secretariat. This would enable the Congress to form a political organization and would provide it with the machinery for implementing resolution. The Congress organization was able to reach down to villages. Its membership fees was reduced to 4 annas. 1 anna is 21 anna, that is 6 paisa, that is 24 annas per year, to enable the rural and urban poor to become its members. Thirdly, seventh impact, popularized the cult of Swaraj. Swaraj or self-rule was one of the aims of the movement. When the British government was openly exposed as an engine of foreign imperialism, the only alternative was left. Alternative left was or outside the British Empire. So the non-cooperation movement further popularized called